Feature Friday.
The freshest. Yay! So FELIP came back with a brand new song called Bulan, which features a lot of the Filipino deities and his representation and perception of the Filipino culture itself. So I'm really looking forward to it. By the way, Bulan means moon in Visayan.
Oh, nice. What's up with all these guys in the moon, man?
Because it's cool. What do you mean? I love the moon. I'm totally 100% obsessed with
But
it.
I wonder what it means to them, because they all...
Maybe we'll see some of it intertwined. Because I know, for example, for like in the Mexican, the Mayas,
Yeah.
they used to have they used to use the moon and the sun as their references to know where exactly in the year they were.
Yep.
Like the stars as well. So I think maybe perhaps it has something to do with the deities and how.
Okay, let's give it a
how
watch.
it's
I
perceived.
do apologise for a bit late, but I was away performing.
But I'm here now.
Yep, go on.
Let's have a look. It has captions too, so it's pretty cool.
Pause. All scenes and imagery depicted in the song and music video are the artist and his team's creative interpretation of our nation's collective memory of Filipino ancient deities. Definitive resources for this aspect of our culture have been destroyed during the colonial period. Hence, the goal for these releases is to encourage the youth to dig deep, discuss, and keep this aspect of our memory alive for generations to come. Very nice.
Exciting! How cool.
Cool, if you're going to utilize your art and you're sort of rich for anything, what better to sort of, because he's Bisayan, right? So I'm sure the world doesn't know much about that. Perhaps they might know overall of the Philippines, but perhaps not as much of his own sort of province. So let's give it a watch.
Let's have a look.
Very cool.
I know! Yes, sir!
Oh, production times 10 from the previous
Oh my
one.
god, come on! That is so freaking dope!
It's a good movie. Connected to his roots, kind of. Sick.
Alright, that intro, that vocal intro, absolutely freaking insane. I
who
am
that was.
so deep into this.
I wonder who that
Maybe
was.
it was him,
It
because
could
he
be.
has a pretty big range of vocals.
He does have a very bizarre range. He is officially and unofficially the deepest voice in the Philippines.
Yeah, correct.
But
but
perhaps
he's
he does
got a
have-
beautiful vocal range too, so this is gonna be mad.
Maybe rock.
What?
Told you, the deepest voice in the Philippines.
Jesus, man!
I'm the moon god.
Walang atrasan ang bumangga giba. Kabisig man ang
Sick,
hindi ang
come
mundo.
on.
Tuloy-tuloy lang ang takbo.
I am Bulan.
That is so freaking cool! No, sorry, calm down,
I have to
sir.
say, that production value, sort of, it's gone up. Like every time he sort of releases something, solo-wise, this is only second project. But look at that, even the fucking credits is insane,
It's
dude.
ginormous
What the fuck?
credits. I
They
just
might-
want to, on behalf of FELIP, so it's independent still though, my god.
This is amazing. I think it's obviously the previous one was such a success. Was it Palayo?
Palayo, yeah.
Was such a success that I think obviously now he can try and push the boundaries and push things 100 times, because this is fucking unreal. Like the production and the thing is, it's hard to sort of explain or show enough, what would you call it, excitement towards this specific aspect. These things don't happen by accident. It's very difficult to come up with a solo project on top of his normal sort of group responsibilities and stuff like
Correct.
that. So finding the team and finding people that can also see the vision that he's got, and it seems they really nailed it. Like if you look at the imagery in all over, I think it genuinely they probably did captivate things to the extent that he wanted them to.
Ang bumangga-giba Kabisig man o hindi ang mundo Tuloy-tuloy lang ang takbo.
It's a really well-aligned project so
freaking
far.
fantastic.
Musically, actually went the way that I didn't expect it to go, because they sort of took it in this what do you call it, rockish sort of manner.
Yeah.
With hip hop and his voices. His voices, because it's quite layered. It sounds like it's coming from the fucking earth.
That's right. So that's exactly what I like about, like, obviously the lyricism of the music in the song are really much aligned to, like, towards the up life. Like there is a connection between him and the ethereal. So it's all about going upwards, right? And you're talking about the moon deity. It's all looking
Moon
up.
god.
That's right. So in this particular piece, the fact that they have gone towards, like, I don't know, like they've reached into the underworld to find that power, because obviously that's how I'm seeing it. So you have the distortion in the electric guitar. It's a pretty heavy rock approach to the song, and his layered vocals are so deep and they're so well equalized. They sit so in between the chords, so you have this like outwardly type of like eerie feel to it all.
Yep.
It bases a lot of energy, it bases a lot of impact.
Well, I
And
think
so,
also probably from the interpretation. Apologies to interrupt.
no, that's okay.
The moon has such impact on Earth, right? So that's probably why his voice is so earthy. Is because if
Yeah.
you were the moon god, ironically enough, you would have so much control
on
of-
the earth, yeah.
Exactly, of the earth, you know,
Yeah.
water, ground, and all that type of shit.
Everything,
I'm no
yeah.
scientist, but go on, let's continue.
Correct. That's so cool. I literally want this never to end, because this is like the top of the utopian world that I love to be a part of.
Go on.
Nice. That is so freaking dope. I love that riff.
Aliyah.
That is so cool.
That's sick, what the fuck?
Insane. What?
Delimitado pananaw at pag-iisip Umakusahin ng sistina
Lord.
I love
Alright, hold on.
God, what the
We'll break
friggin'
down
hell?
the dance thing in a second. But okay, so a couple of questions. If you're watching from the Philippines, so perhaps you know a lot about sort of Filipino, what do you call it? What is this called? Like,
Folk?
Yeah, folk. Also mythology, right?
Yeah.
What's the? So dragons are also some sort of important.
Maybe it was made for impact purposes. Could have been.
Right. Also, it's quite ironic, but also not ironic, but it's also quite probably what's the word I'm looking for? They're just playing because of his new look, right? Because he's got red hair,
Yeah.
right? But there is lots of sort of references to a blood moon, to
Correct.
things like fire, scorching fire, which is not like orange, is more like red.
Correct, and I love the fact that it usually with this type of concept you would lean towards the silvery blues. The color palette would definitely change
Because of the moon.
because of the
I mean,
mood, right?
actually a good example that would be Pablo's sort
La
of
Luna,
take
yeah.
on that color palette.
Correct.
His was more sort of silverish, dark bluish in the sense of.
Yes, and I really like how juxtaposed it is to there again. That's what I love about SB19. Their individualism comes across so well.
Yes.
But when you see it in productions like these, my God, the whole perspective of their cohesive work changes too, because this is another level. The world building that we have been introduced in 2 minutes and 48 seconds is absolutely outstanding. From the styling, the music video composition, the storyboarding, the everything, the color palette, the editing, the video.
Music composition is really intriguing because I think it's doing a couple of things really well. So it's sort of really making that FELIP sound really staple. So this is my sound as a soloist. This is my sound. And this is kind of my aesthetic as well. So it's doing a really good job of that, and also exploring different sort of concepts that haven't been explored. I mean, there's people from all over the world that have explored this type of concepts at this depth in terms of mythology and, you know, intertwining folk. One of my favorite artists that has done that is Lei from China.
Oh, fantastic.
He's done, I think if you'd like this video, you'd like Lei's Lit from 2019, 2020.
Correct.
And it's very hard if you look at, I'm pretty sure if we ever get a chance to speak to someone like FELIP, or if you see some of his interviews, I'm pretty sure this is probably some of the most challenging and difficult projects that he probably have to do, because it's so difficult to intertwine everyone's vision and then your own personal one, because you're the creator. You are the god of that creation.
Correct.
And then put it into paper, and then put it into the music, and then put it into the video. It's very difficult to do this shit. So I hope I think everyone is enjoying it. So
And
that's
if you
also
haven't
awesome.
seen it, please go. I will leave it linked on the description below. Go show support, because this is the type of productions, and especially from a soloist perspective, that really puts them above the average, above everything else that you have.
It's an important
ever
piece
been exposed
in his career, I think.
I think so too. This is fantastic.
Dance time.
Again, but what a leap from his previous solo work, right?
Nice.
This is insane.
Pushing the envelope, man. That's nice.
Yeah. Here we go. Oh, look at those visual layers too. Oh, so cool. I like the crumping influences in the choreo.
Now a completely change of color
Color
palettes.
palette, yeah.
And that looks the real place.
I wonder where this is gonna lead towards. I feel like there's a part 2, you know? What the hell?
FELIP.
Sick!
It also looks like, do you know what that reminded me of?
Oh,
you know, with the, I'll spoil the next one. You know what that reminds me of with his eyes? Do you know that Naruto?
Yeah.
There was an episode, I think it was that character, his name is like Sasuke or something like that. How do you know?
I watch a lot of anime. They reference back to Naruto a lot.
Right. I used to watch it when I was a kid. And he has like this power thing where his eyes would go like that. It also looks like Dragon Ball Z, the 9 Dragon Balls as well. It's really weird. There's lots of the influences here. I don't know if it's sort of
He's
conscious or not.
He's into anime a lot.
Well, his symbol is very cool. It's like anime-ish.
So cool. Well, it's like 2 moons, like 2 rings intertwined together.
Yes. Well,
sick, man.
let us know what you guys thought about it. Obviously, we're quite impressed.
Freaking awesome.
I think I've enjoyed this a lot, going from sort of the R&B solo, which was Palayo, and now going to a much more sort of crump, hip-hop, hardcore, rockish influence. That's
what
cool.
a mixture of influences, though, right? But I think they couldn't have picked a better theme to go with the music production of it.
Well, let us know what you guys thought about it, and thanks so much for showing all the support to this. I'm sure if you show support to this, people will also discover the other one and go to the original and show it all the love possible. Goodbye.
That's right. Goodbye.